Good afternoon, folks. Let's have a little natter today about the wonder jabs that people are talking about. Wegovy and Mounjaro. Now, a little bit about me. Since lockdown, I've put on a lot of weight, never actually lost it. So I've put on about 2.5 stone since lockdown. Then last October, I broke my knee, and I am a dog trainer and dog walker by trade. So it really did hinder my walking. I could do 25,000 steps easily every single day. Obviously over lockdown that was hindered. That's one of the starting reasons for me putting on weight. But even once I was back to doing my 25,000 steps, didn't seem to shift it. Then when I broke my knee, I put on another 1.5 stone. So that's 4 stones heavier than I should be easily. Now, there's not much I can do about it at the moment. I joined a gym, couldn't do it. I've done lots of things to try and shift it. I do love my food. So I thought to myself, have a think about those jabs, because even though I've never eaten a lot, I'm quite a healthy eater. I eat more than I need. It's simple as that. If you're overweight, then you eat more than you need. And 4 stone, an extra 4 stone on my knee, I am thinking that is a lot of weight to be carrying around. Just imagine carrying 4 stones. So carrying that 4 stone on an injury, then that's a lot. So my knee is really suffering at the moment. So I'm going to give these a go. So I've been looking into them. I've heard all these things about them. So I just thought I'd have a chat about them and what they are, and if people are thinking about it. This is just my ideas. I've no medical knowledge. I'm just a human being who's thinking things, and you're an adult. You can think them yourself. If anything, you can look into it about how it feels to you, how it resonates with you, and do your own research. But one of the things I was thinking was, because everybody I know seems to be doing Mounjaro, don't know why. I don't know if they've really looked into it. But actually, you lose more. I do know why. You lose more, slightly more. However, I see people who have lost a lot of weight. They have a lot of skin. It's lost very fast. I don't want that, so I'm not actually bothered about losing it crazily fast. And also, actually, the percentages are marginal. They're around about the 20% of your body weight for both, slightly less with Wegovy, but it actually has been proven that they did say about 14%, but that's actually proven to be wrong. It's actually quite a bit more. So it's getting nearer to the Mounjaro, but the things that they do, the things that they have in them, they have a lot more in them. I thought I'd look into them. So Wegovy was launched in 2021, and it's had 4 years of clinical practice. It's been road tested now for 4 years. Whereas Mounjaro, it came out in 2022 for diabetes, and then it was launched in 2023 for weight loss. So that's actually only 2 years. We're in 2025 right now, so that's only 2 years that it's actually been tested for weight loss. However, everybody seems to be doing the Mounjaro. But another thing that's swaying me towards the Wegovy is the Mounjaro is recorded to be rocketing in price. I'm not sure why, rocketing in price. I've not done much research about that. The Wegovy at the moment is fractionally cheaper, but I think more people will start using Wegovy. I don't know why the Mounjaro is so much more popular, because it really is marginal, is the weight loss difference. So the dosage I found very strange, very, very strange, because the Wegovy maxes out at 2.4 milligrams. So the most that you are taking is 2.4 milligrams. So it's nice and steady, 2.4 milligrams. Now, the Mounjaro, I think, starts at 2.5. I might be wrong with that. I've not really looked much into the Mounjaro, but I know it maxes out at 15 milligrams. So you're pumping a lot more of that stuff into yourself. So that's probably why it costs more. But seriously, you're pumping a lot more stuff into yourself. So that does mean you know, that there's a bigger chance that your stomach will have more drama than the Curry Omnibus. It's, you know, you're going to have so much drama going on. 15 milligrams. Think about your poor stomach. Think about those side effects. Another thing, contraception. If you have the contraceptive pill, if you're on the contraceptive pill, the Mounjaro doesn't work with it. You can't, it's not reliable with the Mounjaro. With the Wegovy, from what I can gather, it actually works. You can take the two together. So unless you are planning a surprise baby in 9 months' time, look into what you're doing. And here's where it gets cheeky, the price tag. The Mounjaro, as I say, has been cheaper, more expensive. The Wegovy has been cheaper all along, and the price hikes are coming. They are coming. They're saying they're going to absolutely rock it. So who knows why. So I've got some pros and cons that I've written down. Just bear with me a second. So the Wegovy, 4 years clinical trial, protects your heart and liver, known side effects, nausea, constipation, and a bit of a dodgy tummy. But there is less dramatic weight loss. And it's still pricey. But come on, it's not kind of remortgage your house pricey. Now the Mounjaro, that's the newer one. It has stronger results. It's dual action. It's got the GIP and the GLP-1, which the Wegovy is only the GLP-1. So it's got a dual action. However, it's only got 3 years of testing, which is both, even for very little testing really. What is it actually doing to you long term? So do think about the benefits you will gain from losing the weight and the negative impact that might come years down the line that we don't yet know about. Think of things that you can find 20 years later, the impact. I mean, I'm getting on, I'm 50, so I'm thinking to myself, well, really, you know, but people are taking it in their teens. Do be careful. Do think about the long-term impact. However, the long-term impact of extra weight we do know about, your risk of diabetes, your heart problems, your damage on all your joints, all those things that are very long-term and very real. So it's a bit of a weighing scales really, which is the worst risk. So the side effects can actually be much more intense than the Wegovy. So because you've got a higher dose, so it's more intense, and 2 things instead of 1. So it is more intense. It can muck up your pill. It already costs more, and the price is about to be bumped up. So yeah, so think about it. In my eyes, I'm thinking that sort of Wegovy, it's like your trusty whippet, you know, it's by your side all the time, reliable, loyal, and maybe not quite as fast as one of those super speedy greyhounds, but they might be super speedy gone. So, you know, in your field, shouting its name as it runs off in the distance, and your whippet's there by your side. So I'm thinking of going down the Wegovy line. So I will keep you informed, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll let you know which one I decide. My plan is that what I'm going to do is go through how we dose them, how I feel, and hopefully, whether I get round to this or not, that's a different thing, but hopefully do a daily thing for you so that people can see if they are actually willing to do it. Now, the interesting thing is that if I've been at a hen party last weekend, and at the hen party, I was stood up a lot, so my knee was killing. I ate a lot of junk. I mean, a lot of junk. And I normally, as I said, don't eat lots of junk. So by the next day, I felt awful, and I actually wasn't wanting to eat my regular food. I had bad stomach pains. So it really is a good job that I hadn't taken either of them, because I will be putting it down to the pills. I was off my food. My stomach was hurting. I was feeling terrible, but I hadn't taken anything at that point. So sometimes I think you need to see for a few days anyway, just because it could just be coincidence. If I happened to have taken it that morning, which I wouldn't have done before a hen party, but if that was my first morning, I would have been blaming, or even a few mornings in, I'd have been blaming the Wegovy, but actually it was just the eating junk that made me feel so bad. Okay, I'll catch up with you later. Bye.